Okay, boys and girls, now I'm going to guide you through filling out this paper, which is your Lesson 3 assignment. So let's read through it together. You can see that it says, in this activity, you will be designing a product from the ground up for the specific needs of a user, not yourself, but someone else. Okay, you're going to be designing smart clothing, which we've already talked about. And you can consider smart clothing to be any piece of clothing that also integrates computing technology, like I mentioned, right? It might have sensors. Do you remember I mentioned that? Sensors, it might change color or display information, right, about your heartbeat or some other function of the body, or whether you need to drink some water or take a vitamin. It might even connect to the internet or to an app on your phone or your Fitbit or something else. So look what it says. It says push the boundaries where possible. Okay, so be creative. Be creative here. Okay, and so long as the design meets the needs of your user, it's going to be good for this activity. So the first step in this assignment is to brainstorm your user. Okay, so it says in the space below, brainstorm as many different kinds of people as you can who might benefit from smart clothing. So what types of people, given all the ideas that I've shown you, what types of people would benefit from a piece of smart clothing? It might be musicians, astronauts, parents, children, women, men, religious people, non-religious people. There are all kinds, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of different groups of people on the planet. Think of some of those people that might like smart clothing. So the first step, just brainstorm and throw some ideas down there. Try to think of 5 to 7. 5 to 7 groups. Pause the video now and do this. Take 5, 10, 15 minutes to do it if you need to. Now that you've brainstormed your users, we do not need to do this part right here, which is this. We don't need to do that, so you can cross this out. Your next step now is to choose a specific user. So from your brainstorm, from those 5 to 7 groups or more if you thought of them, pick one that you want to focus on and write it down right here. You're going to write down the group that you're going to focus on today. All right. Did you write that down? Good. Now, you are going to brainstorm the needs of that group, okay? So you're going to make a space for needs. You're going to write this down. And you're going to brainstorm what the needs might be of that group or the interests and the concerns. So for example, if my group was astronauts would benefit from smart clothing, then I might say their needs are needs to withstand the harsh conditions of space. Their interests might be that they are very active and like flexible clothing, and their concerns are that their body temperature be regulated so that they're comfortable. Okay, so if you need to re-listen to that, rewind the video about 20 seconds and listen to me say that again so that you understand what to do here. You do need all 3 of these listed with some ideas over here pertaining to your group that you just chose. Pause the video now. Take as much time as you need to finish this section. Okay, and now we can do this in this section. We don't need to do this part, so you can scratch that out. And we're going to jump down here where we're going to choose a specific need. So right here, you're going to think about all the things you just wrote down for needs, interests, and concerns of your user, and you're going to pick one. Pick one from this section here and write it down in this blank. choose a specific need from your group that you selected. Pause the video now and do that. Okay, a couple more sections we can skip over. We can skip over that. We can skip over that. And now what I want you to do is I want you to do this part where you're describing your product, which means obviously you need to think of a product. So you might need to pause the video here for however long it takes you to actually think up your piece of smart clothing, and most importantly, how it is going to meet the needs of your user. This is all important, okay? When you describe your product, oh, that didn't look right. When you describe your product, when you do this, you need to make sure to not only describe it, but how it meets the needs of your user. So pause the video and do this. And once you finish that, then you are done with this assignment and you can turn it in. Make sure your name and date are at the top and you can move on to lesson 4. Congratulations.